What better time to do a message from the fairies when you've just had a massive clear out? And that's my grandma would say, have a cup of tea. Going through some major shifts at the minute. Didn't want to part with my chair. But I just went to take a picture. I was sat on it, had a little cry earlier, and thought, you know, went to take a picture of it, and it's a fucking mess. Like, it's absolutely covered in stains. It needs to go to the bin. So that's that done. And this is my Brave Soul coat that a giant gave me called Rex. A few of you all know him. I came up to his waist and he said, I've got the perfect coat for you. And inside the label was Brave Soul, and I lost the coat. And then I was at a festival. I just heard of another passing of a friend, and this clothes horse went by, and I went to stroke the coat because I was like, oh my God, I love that coat. It fell on the floor. I saw the label. I was like, that's my fucking coat. So nothing's ever lost. Everything comes back to you, and I'll let go of the chair and I'll find another chair. We hold on to things, people, places, situations, because especially when there's a massive change that's about to occur. I slept with Peter Rabbit last night and I don't even care. I ended up, it felt like I was underground, but I was in this beautiful rose garden. So that was nice and tranquil. And then I got sent a picture of a rose garden or a garden today. And then I went to the charity shop to get rid of some more stuff and ended up coming back with a load of gardening books, opened the page and there was a dragonfly, and I'm like, you just can't make this shit up. So I've done my cards, so I'm going to ask for a message for the collective. Protection of the highest level for the highest timeline, opportunities coming through. What's the feels out there at the minute in the collective? You know, what opportunities can we take advantage of during this? I believe all the planets are in alignment, so I guess that means we need to get in alignment, and that's releasing anything that no longer serves us. And that chair, probably couldn't even give it away. So yeah, I had a little cry, had a little sing, and had a little chat with the fairies and see what they've got for the collective energy at the minute. So drop some comments if you're feeling this too. At the bottom we've got the King of Wands. The King of Wands it's the divine masculine, the power. It's I'm a doer. He's very much like the protester, the activist. Quite controlling but business-like, very sexual in his energy. The King of Wands gets quite bored. He kind of comes in, goes out, but if I was going to look at it energetically, it's like it's time to step into your divine masculine and get shit done, is my feeling with him. You can see he's got his he's sitting on the toadstool, but he's about to get up. He's about to cause havoc, if you like. He's like, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. He's got fire in his belly, so it could be asking us to get into. The Queen of Wands, you know, does all the shadow work, the healing work, and she's very much in a divine feminine. But he's like, right, let's get out there, let's do this, let's let's create. Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is options, but it can also be, as you can see there, she's looking at this. These are like thoughts, or they could be dreams. You could be getting a lot of stuff in your dreams, but she's trying to make decisions, or she's got a lot of options coming in, and she's trying to decide whether, does this cup fill me? Is it going to serve me? It can also be a bit of illusion delusion. So when these cups are presented, because we've got Neptune, when these cups are presented to you, is it an actual reality? Is it based in actual reality? Is it you know, Seven of Cups is options coming in, but it's all to do with the heart space. And like I say, King of Wands at the bottom of the deck is like, right, let's get to work. Let's you know, he's a very strong businessman. If you are thinking about creating or starting a business, he'll get out there and do the groundwork, round up the people. Like he's foot what's the word, feet on the ground, feet's on the streets. But options coming in. We'll go to the Fairy Oracle and have a look to see what we get with this Seven of Cups. It's a very, Seven of Cups is a very daydreamy, it's manifesting energy. One thing I, you know, I've discovered with my manifesting skills is to, you know, I like to go online and just browse at different images and then conjure something up in my head. And then, you know, it is a daydreamy, like I say, I think it's to do with Neptune. It's a very daydreamy state to be in, but it is also the best optimal state to be in for manifesting. But again, it's like, right, you know, here's a cup, and she's looking at it like, is it really what I want? Give me another one. Is that really what I want? Making, choosing, having options. Merlin says to be in a dilemma is a great opportunity, even though it might not feel like it. Precious time. I love this card. So this does talk about time. It talks about how we spend our time, how we used to spend other people's times as well. The Fairy of the Time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. But it's just the way she's sat in her hat. You know, she's master of her skills. You can see that she's like a proper entrepreneur. But it's like, how are you spending your time? What are you focusing on? And it is, time is precious, even though it's an illusion. When we think about it, you know, we can go back to memories, and it can be like 20 years ago. So time is actually an illusion, which means that the time that we have in this present moment. And I guess with the Seven of Cups, it's like, you know, don't sit around wasting too much time trying to decide if there's options coming in. Precious time, but it does have manifesting energy about it. It's like there's options, or that sort of like making decisions or trying to decide what it is we want, but action, we do need to take some action in, even if it's just one thing a day, in bringing that into our 3D from this manifesting energy. But if we spend too much time thinking about it, you know, we've got to put it into action. So like just an example today, you know, I didn't have all the time in the world or the energy in the world, but I got rid of a bag. You know, that's one thing less to worry about in my personal life. And then at the bottom we have purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. So again, this Seven of Cups is heart activations. Look through your heart, look inside your heart, and within it you will find the answers to your questions. So again, that's what she's doing. She's literally, it's almost like projecting yourself, imaginary projections into situations, through your third eye, through your dreams, through your imagination, and saying, what does it actually feel like to be there? Is it in alignment with me? Is it going to fill my cup? Is it going to fill my heart? And that's where the answers lie. That's if you know, if there's lots of options coming through. And then we've got nature's signs at the other side of that, which is, again, it's music, it's you know, animals, different animals that appear to us. I had a raccoon when we was at Butlins, that was quite nice. So we show Seven of Cups, options, daydreaming, possibly a bit of escapism, I want to say, with the Seven of Cups as well. It is this, but you know, have we got time to sit around? Not really. The King of Wands is saying, get out there. You've got the fire in your belly. Get out there and do something with it. So give me something with the Seven of Cups and precious time. And again, you know, I don't like wasting other people's time with my woes, if you like. So I like to, you know, get it out, get it off my chest and crack on. We have replenish, which is 31, which is obviously number 4. So that, again, this is this, it's like, it's dream world. It's going to sleep. It's resting but replenishing. You know, it's healing is what it is. But it's number 4, so it's like the foundations of, and as you can see, whilst she's all tucked up in her bed, she's got her hand, what's she got her hand on? I wish the light was better. Not that it was much better today. But it's almost like she's got her hand on the side. And there's, I mean, I couldn't even see that without these glasses. One of the other things that happens when your third eye open is your eyesight normally goes as well. But she's got like she's got lovers, and she's got a little fairy there. She's got some guy in the water. Her ship is coming in. You know, it's all these, it is that dreamlike state. Replenish, but that's what it is. Like, whenever we get into a state of imagination, it's creation, and it replenishes us, and it also gives us you know, we are magnificent manifestors of our own reality, and the sooner we grasp that, the better, because we it's almost like being in a video game, and you just, like, you know, focus on, this is what I want, this is how I want my reality to be, you know, and then draw it in. We've got reawaken, so this is part of a death rebirth process, but she's in the ground, so it's very grounded. And is she asleep? I think she's asleep as well, so it's almost like this, it almost feels like this, you know, going to sleep. Now, I know we have this, you know, like, oh, you know, the people that are asleep and the people that are awake, but this is almost like going to sleep to the 3D, like going to sleep to what's going on in the 3D, and to be reawakened to, you know, that's not actually the reality that I want, or that we want to live in, you know. But she's in the earth, and this is like proper grounding. And, you know, like I say, that is like almost 3 cards where she's asleep, so she's replenishing, she's realigning her thoughts, she's having different thoughts, or imagining, or being in that manifesting energy of, you know, I've got 7 cups in front of me. Which one am I going to choose? I've got, our possibilities are endless when we use the third eye and the imagination to create the realities that we want. But there is a little pointer on, you know, time's a ticking. I love her. Time is a ticking. Get cracking, make your mind up. And that is what the King of Wands is saying. He's like, come on, we've got shit to do. Replenish and reawaken. So it's almost like she's going to sleep, or she's shedding, going to sleep, as in being reawoken to a new way of being and well-being at the bottom. So very much 21-3, very much taking care of oneself, but this is in purple, so it is like mind chakra, taking care of one's thoughts, making sure that the 7 of Cups that you know, we're manifesting outwardly is actually what we want. I bought a genie, I bought a lamp yesterday, and it definitely looks like it's got a genie in it, but you know, we need to be careful what we wish for. Replenish, reawaken, precious time. Anything else on that? 7 of Cups, what's the options? What options have we got coming in? What's this daydreaming, possible escapism? Oh, so we've got the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles represents the divine masculine, who's absolutely built his kingdoms. He's sitting pretty. It's energetically, again, the divine masculine. I have kingdoms around me. I've got enough for myself. So he's abundant in his divine masculine, but he's not like out there, you know, like the King of Wands is out there. He's sitting back quietly. I've got enough, but I want to make sure everyone around me is safe and secure. I've got enough to share. So, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune often comes when we've closed out a circle, or we've had a change of mind, or a change in ourselves. But this is oh, it's gone. This is abundance coming in. The Wheel of Fortune has turned. We had the Fool the other day. So it's like a brand new journey. You close out a cycle, the Wheel of Fortune turns, and you've got this divine masculine in his, or in our divine masculine. I'm going to do the groundwork now. This is earth stuff with this Wheel of Fortune. So it's going to bring something in that's going to be prosperous. Now, when I say prosperous, I don't mean you know, becoming a millionaire or stuff like that. I mean prosperous as in plentiful, harvest time. We've got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, again, she's in her heart space. She's like the Seven of Cups. It's almost in alignment with the Seven of Cups. The Queen of Cups has worked her way through all the cups and come to the, she's been crowned, because she doesn't sit in the Five of Cups. She doesn't sit, you know, Three of Cups can often represent three people, a situation. I mean, it can represent celebrations, but it can also represent third party. And the Queen of Cups doesn't sit in that. She doesn't sit in the Five of Cups for very long. She doesn't sit in the Four of Cups. So she's worked her way through in her heart space. She knows exactly what she wants. She's in tune with her divine feminine inner heart space, and she won't do anything unless she feels like it. Like, you know, do you want to, here's the King of Pentacles could offer her a job, but if it's not sitting in alignment with her, but she's a magnificent manifester. And the Queen of Cups is very in tune with the planet Neptune, which is the Queen of Dreams, if you like. She's romantic, poetic, and she calls it in. She calls it in through her third eye, through her dreams, through, you know, manifesting. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So here, bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Cups. So there could have been some childhood stuff that needs clearing out, and it's precious time that it needed clearing. Six of Cups is reminiscing over past, going back into a childlike state, and if there was any healing that needed to take place, having, and it would have been root chakra work, which is obviously maybe the precious time is like this, that you've got to get this done. This needs clearing out now, because we've got in perfect balance here, we've got the divine masculine and the divine feminine in the King and Queen of Pentacles. Now that is the root-based chakra. That is abundance. And they don't chase, they create. They trust that it comes to them. They're not, there's no lack here. They don't worry about where's this going to come from, where's that going to come from. So that is real healing work that's taken place. And I think that's where the reawakening has come from, being, you know, going to sleep, if you like, to reawakening to the idea that there is no lack on the planet. It's just an illusion. And that is childhood healing, the Six of Cups. It's almost like that, oh, well, you know, if you're good, you get that kind of, you know, being rewarded, that kind of thing that makes us, can really mess up our root chakra. But yeah, Six of Cups also is people coming back from the past. But again, she's in the water. She's feeling it out. All these cups in the divine feminine is, I mean, the Seven of Cups doesn't need to be in the divine, but they're in their fields. So they've gone in deep digging deep, getting stuff done, using the Queen of Cups. I move with my heart space, not just for myself, but for everyone. It's not a selfish energy. It's like, if it's your highest, it's for my highest good, but it's for the highest good of the collective. It's the purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. You know, it's not just about self, it's about, but I really love the fact that we've got the King and Queen, which is like ground, root chakra balancing, root chakra energy balancing of the divine masculine in you know, creating, building and having enough, and then the divine feminine calling it in. I'm not going to chase, I'm going to create. I'm happy being on my own. I don't look for anything outside of myself. I am sitting in abundance, in plenty. And again, these kings and queens, when they come up, it has to do with the crown chakra. That's why they're called the kings and the queens. It's because they've gained the crown. The crown chakra has been opened because they've gone through from the ace right the way through. They've, you know, they've experienced what it's like to sit in an energy of lack. They've experienced what it's like to then they've worked through to balancing energetically or materially. This is the work that I'm putting in, and I receive back in equal measure. Very interesting. Where should we go from here? Where do we go from here? Down to the lake cafe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Love, love. Love plus one. I don't know why that popped in my head. Okay, so this fell out on precious time. So Five of Cups, Five of Cups. Let's not sit in the Five of Cups too much. Five of Cups often represents when we've given too much of our power away. It can represent regret. It can represent, it's not heartbreak, it's disappointment. But she's so busy wallowing in that she's not noticing that there are other options around. So it's like, and that fell out on precious time. So we don't have the time to sit and wallow, just you know, or look back, as the Six of Cups suggests, and have regrets about our past or decisions that we've made, because we are where we are for a reason. So that fell out on precious time. You know, it's time to move on from the Five of Cups. Get over it. I mean, but that's me, because I'm very much Queen of Swords, like, done. Five of Swords. So again, the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups is nobody wants to take responsibility for the situation. They've both got their hands up. They're both saying, it's not my fault. Well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. They're projecting or not taking responsibility. And the Five of Swords can also represent, you know, people backstabbing you, talking behind your back, bad-mouthing you. And it can leave you, when this happens, when we don't take responsibility for self, and when we give too much power away, then we leave ourselves open to the Five of Swords. And then obviously it leaves us in this lack, because five in the cups is like, I don't feel seen, I don't feel heard, I don't feel worthy, and no one's taken responsibility, when in actual fact it's our own choice and responsibility of how long we stay in this energy. So that is both fell out on precious time. So maybe that's something that has shifted through taking a step back, replenishing, looking at all the options around you, because there are lots of options. We are limitless in our possibilities of options. And obviously then going into heart space chakra, becoming the queen, like saying, you know, 5 of Cups and 5 of Swords, she doesn't tolerate that. She doesn't sit in it. She knows her worth. She knows she's better than that. Her instincts, her intuition, everything says, like, I'm being slagged off here. Someone's not being completely honest with me, and they're not taking responsibility for that. And I'm not going to sit and be disappointed by it, because I know my worth. I've done the work. So, and then she obviously looks like that. Precious time. Don't waste your precious time on people, places and situations that, one, you don't trust, and two, that leave you feeling less than. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is falling in love. The Ace of Cups is a heart chakra activation. It is boom. Something comes. It's falling in love with either oneself, which there's nothing wrong with. I don't know why we've been programmed to think, you know, that you can't say that. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's ourselves that we have to live with. We have to be in love with ourselves before we can even try to love someone else. So this is a heart activation. My cup is overflowing. This is, I fill my cup first. It's overflowing, it's overpouring. This is Queen of Cups, like my cup is overflowing, it's overpouring. I've got a lot to give, but I'm not chasing it, I'm creating it. I'm creating it from my heart space. And I'm falling in love with myself. So I'm going to leave her there. Ace of Cups. It could be falling in love with an idea, falling with one of these, 7 of Cups, falling in love with one of these ideas that's being manifested from the, you know, or just, yeah, falling in love. I fill my own cup first. I got my chalice out today. I was going to pack it, and then I thought, no, fuck that, it's coming with me. So, falling in love. My cup is my cup first, and when my cup is overflowing, when I'm doing what I love, what I enjoy, what makes me happy, then I've got enough energy and resources to share. I'm not left feeling 5 of Cups, not worth it. Slow connection. Okay. I'm not feeling, you know, lack. 5 is lack of, and she's crying her eyes out. King of Cups at the bottom. So again, we've got this whole balancing, and I feel maybe that's what's going on with the planets all being in alignment with each other, is that it is precious time that we have. Not saying that, you know, anything's going to happen, but it's the perfect time. It's the perfect time to get in alignment. So we've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So again, that's mastery in the divine feminine, in the divine masculine, in the heart space. That is mastery of the heart space, knowing, you know, the King of Cups, he knows when to speak, when it's all in the feels. I don't do anything unless I feel like it. All in the feels, but I'm not very open about it. I don't go screaming and shouting about it. I just sit back, I watch. He's a bit of a poker face, but he's in his feels, he knows. And then if we look at it as in, it's the literally the divine masculine and the divine feminine, it within the self having a heart activation, as in balancing out. I know when to use my Queen of Cups, I know when to use my King of Cups, but I fill my own cup first, then I can overpour. So we have actually got here, this is such a beautiful reading. We've got the Wheel of Fortune that's turned because we've walked away, or we are being told that it's precious time or time to act in walking away from Five of Swords, which is fuckery. That's what I call it. Five of Swords, fuckery. Don't fuck around with me, because it makes me feel less than. Moving into heart chakra space, we've got the King and Queen of Cups, balancing out the masculine and the feminine in the heart space, and also the King and Queen of Pentacles, which is doing the groundwork. This is root chakra work. This is, I have mastered crowned, which is the crown chakra, the ability to manifest what it is I need materially. There is no lack. I am fucking loving these cards. And then at the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Pentacles. So here she is. She's sitting pretty, she's got her eyes shut, she's not in any sense of lack, she's not looking for anything outside of herself, she's not codependent on anybody, she's happy being single, she's sleeping. Everyone around her feels safe and secure. The animals are all sleeping around her. She is in this energy of abundance. There's an abundance coming in and lots of options, but it's through this manifesting energy of just plucking ideas out of the sky, really, is what it is. I'm going to, because obviously quite a lot of stuff's been packed. I think my cards will be the last thing to pack, but I just wonder where they are. So I will go to, where are they? Where's my labyrinth cards? Oh, bear with. But I know, you know, with these lives, I could sit and chat for hours. But you know that. Oh, they're right underneath me. So like I said, it's not cold in here, although I have got Mediterranean blood. I just felt that I want my brave soul jacket on. Because right now I'm being a brave soul. We all need to be brave in these times. So, labyrinth fairies. Now these ones are quite riddly, but in their riddles, when we work out what they actually mean, it expands the mind, and when we expand the mind, we expand our limit. We're limitless. So that's what it does. It's like the more you question, the more you expand. Also, it expands your auric field, electromagnetic field, whatever you want to call it. Gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That landed out on the King and Queen of Cups. The King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. And it's the Singer of Courage, and it's a number 8. So it is this infinity sign. It is asking us to be courageous. It's so beautiful. I will get a couple from here and give them a, but it does take courage. It takes courage to shift from Five of Cups and Five of Swords, walking away from people, places, situations that don't take responsibility for their actions, don't want to, and just project blame, really. And I call it fuckery. It's mind games. You're never 100% sure where you are with them. That leaves it, one, it wastes energy, is what that card is saying. It's not worth the time. We don't have the time. We're magnificent manifestors and magicians, and we haven't got the time for fuckery. Be straight or get out the door. We have the Sage. Now the Sage is a 19, which rounds up to 10, which also talks about knowing when to let go, knowing when to hold on. I shall go into him. He's very divine masculine as well. Honesty at the bottom of the deck. So that is that, go in and be honest with ourselves. What's in this heart space? What is it that we actually want? We've got, you know, loads of options. Where did I reawaken? Where did I see it? It came up somewhere. That was it. Purity. It's about going into the heart chakra, into the fields, and being completely honest, one with ourselves. If we're not honest with ourselves, we can't be honest with anybody else. So that's the way it is. There's no dressing that up. One more of these and then we'll close with a rose. So this is the opportunities for the collective at this minute, you know. It'll either resonate or it won't. I think the wild woman wanted to jump, but again, that's divine feminine. It's like, this is me, this is us in our raw, creative, divine feminine energy, and magical. That fell out on himself, and we have the fawn, which is 35, 8. And this is the master maker. So I'm going to quickly run through these. I won't do the long version. So courage to walk away from Five of Cups, Five of Swords. You're not being honest. I feel fuckery's going on. I won't be left feeling you know, disappointed or less than because I haven't got the bloody time. Into the wheel then changes. We move into our King and Queen of Cups because we've mastered our emotions. That's what it means. Mastery of the emotions, not being too you know, I guess with the, I don't want to go into that, but like the opposite of the King of Cups is the distorted, you know, care, control, kind of jealousy, that kind of thing. So we've mastered that masculine energy in both being in tune with our dreams, being in tune with our intuition, calling it in, listening to what our dreams or our instincts are telling us, and not chasing but creating. Again with the Queen of Pentacles, not chasing but creating. So let's have a look at this. 8, the singer of courage. Be courageous. Are we still here? Are we still online? Number 8, the singer of courage. So it's bravery, sublimation of fear, and moral strength. Most people have decided by the age of 3 or 4 what they must do in order to survive. From this decision, the beliefs about how the world is, most of our fears and self-limitations grow. Have we the courage to discover and break through those limiting beliefs? Awaken. I love it. I do love them. Reawaken. So we reawaken. Have we the courage to break through, to awaken to greater possibilities and go for our objectives? We need to transcend our fears and accept the gift of courage. And that landed out on the King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Sage, which is number 19. So 9 and 1 is a 10. So that's a completion of a cycle of... here we see wisdom. He reminds me of anyone that knew my friend Mark Russell. He's got that look about him. Here we see wisdom and deep inner understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organise, integrate and simplify one's thoughts. Complexity often leads to confusion. Simplicity is to be valued. This card signifies mental discipline, informed by balanced learning and compassion. So again, it's using the head and the heart in, well, it's balance basically. The sage knows when to let go and when to move on. He knows when to retreat and when to think things over. So that's what the King of Cups does. He's watching, observing. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, teaching by example as well as precept. The scales of justice are balanced in the sage's hands. This card in a recent reading also signifies the need for deep consideration and refined judgment applied with compassion and mercy. 7 of Cups, options there, but they need, you know, to be looked at wisely. And bottom of the, oh no, we had the Master Maker, which is 22, which to me is balance, but it's also the divine, the number of the divine feminine. So it's skill, craftsmanship, magician, moral strength and invention. Like I said, this has got manifesting energy all over it from the heart space. Do whatever you do as well as you can. Oh, look at that. Do whatever you do as well as you can and then make it better. The Master Maker reminds us that our very best work is always desirable, and in the present situation it is necessary for success. In fact, he asks we surpass our previous best. Don't cut corners, don't take the easy way. Whether making a thing or fulfilling a concept, be sure the design is elegant, pure and functional, and then follow it, attending to every detail in its turn. He says, design beyond your skill and then raise the level of your skill to fulfill it. Give and accept only the best and do it with the love of your craft, whatever your craft may be. The card speaks of long-lasting achievements, creative problem solving and confident action, which is what all the other cards are saying as well. It may suggest cooperation with others, especially from a position of responsibility or of teaching one's craft to others. Success comes from practical application of traditional principles. in life and in work. So that's why he's got that wand in his hand. He's passing on his skills of whatever it is that he's good at. And the fawn, which is 35 at the bottom, 35, the fawn. Natural magic is happening when things flow almost effortlessly. That is a sign that natural magic is at work. Enjoy it. A very important part of natural magic is simply allowing the energy to flow through us. This means both giving and receiving freely. Let the energy flow. Don't push it. Don't try to control it. Just dance with it. Trust it. And remember to keep returning to source. Returning to, sorry, slow connection. Returning to heart space. Returning to source. And dance with it. Returning to source for inspiration. So that's what she's doing there. She's looking at in things that inspire her in her heart space. And remember to keep returning to source for inspirations to keep your heart light. No fuckery, no 5 of cups. The fawn, and again, like I say, it's a number 8. Understanding the nature of nature, natural wisdom and natural magic. Dancing in the garden, frolicking in the woods, playing in the meadows. Sings out, come and dance with me. It is he who knows the secrets of nature. He knows where the robin's nestlings are hidden, where the mice lurk. He lived down the rabbit burrows. That's what Peter Rabbit's arrived for. And where the pixies like to dance. He teaches us to understand, appreciate and express that part of ourselves that dances in the moonlight with the fairies, sings to the dawn stars with the birds and hums with the blossoming flowers. This is also the part of us that plants the seeds with loving pat that says bless you and grow, and provides healing energy for doing just that. No fuss, no bother, just intention and natural human magic. Natural magic is simple, we are full of it. And the more we are true to our own nature, the more we have access to our own magic. When we're caught up in believing in limitations imposed by ourselves or our culture, we inhibit the flow of energy, which is the melody of Eskaska's song of the cosmos, and it sweeps through us. Opening ourselves back up to that song can be a long and complex business. Once we have closed down in some way, it requires a great deal of thought and self-observation, and perhaps also the help of others in the form of formal therapy or simple friendship. However, the process of opening is made easier and more gentle if we allow Mama Nature and our own natural magic to help. Spending time in our gardens, our parks, our forests and open spaces helps us to reconnect, but so does growing herbs and flowers and scented geraniums in pots on our windows. So does looking at the stars, observing the state of the sky and listening to the wind. I think I'm going to cry. Sorry. I keep getting look up. So obviously, so does looking at the stars, observing the state of the sky and listening to the wind. It helps us simply observe the natural process and changes us. Mother Nature is always up to something. No natural place is the same for 2 moments in a row. Precious time. Life is about process, not stasis. We are processes, not things. We constantly change even when we resist, even when we think we are stuck. Come with me, sings the fawn, tugging our hand. it certainly is futile to struggle against the flow of the universe, so we might as well dance with him. Stuckness is an illusion, the fawn says. Dance with me and it will all come right. Have a cup of tea. And do you know he's right? At least many of the blocks in ourselves and our lives will come right much more quickly if we reconnect with him, opening our hearts to him and Mama Nature. They too are filled with magic, just like us. Okay, so I'm gonna close with a rose. I hope you've found this really helpful, or taken from it what you can. I went for a massage whilst we were at Butlins, and the last time I went for Reiki, the music kept jumping and mucking around, and the same thing happened when I went for my massage, so I knew the fairies were there. Close with a rose. And well done if you've walked away from Five of Cups, Five of Swords, because like we can't be in that energy anymore. Is what it is, but it's this, we can't be doing the blame game. That's what the Five of Swords is. Not taking responsibility, not doing the shadow work, chucking the blame, leaving, a feeling of disappointment and discontentment. And if you've stepped out of that, we haven't got the fucking time for it. And no, this is not made for kids. Close with a rose. We were saying, oh, you can carry on if you want. The child within. So inner mother, innocence, gentleness and tenderness. Like I said, this is my brave soul coat, which was given to me by an actual giant. But this is inner child work that's going on here with the Six of Cups. And we have the second bloom. So a second chance, it's never too late, a new possibility. So something might be coming back around. I did have another song then. Coming around again. What's that? It's coming around again. I can't remember, but yeah, the second bloom. There was and then morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook. I love you lots. I love you so much.